Tomorrow's doctors are going to enter a world, I think, that is completely data-driven and is driven towards outcome-based healthcare. In medicine, there's often not one way or one correct way to do things, but there might be a more efficient or a more cost-effective way. And in this sort of day and age where we have a finite amount of health dollars, we know we have a rapidly expanding population, our healthcare costs are sort of soaring. Having a tool that can help us keep our costs down, make our every health dollar go further is a really valuable thing.
Clinicians have asked for a long time to have access to timely information to inform the way they do business. And we haven't been able to give them that in the past.
And that's probably to do with a change of how they're now...
It's become an increasing priority since the National Health Reform agreements, where we now have a service agreement with literally hundreds of key performance indicators that local health districts and hospitals are responsible for performing. STARS is the local health district brand of QLIK, and it provides a range of applications broken down into key performance themes that we're responsible for within the organisation. So things like finance and revenue, quality and safety, clinical variation around activity-based funding.
Our nursing unit managers that have recently got access have really found the STARS applications to be intuitive and really easy to use. It's having an enormous impact on healthcare outcomes in our facilities.
It's a powerful tool because you can put it in anyone's hands, from the physio who's treating the patient to the nurse who's looking after to the senior doctor, and they'll all ask slightly different questions.
We're talking about integrated care at the moment, so how we can provide really good quality care across the different care continuum, so acute care in a hospital environment to community care, which involves managing an increasing number of the population with chronic diseases. It's enabled us to have performance-driven conversations at the outset of each of our main committees within the hospital. It's reduced the time for my performance unit to produce reports from hours down to minutes.
We are on a journey, and there is no doubt that STARS has helped to move us significantly forward on that journey. And we are in a position in our district that we are seen as leaders in the way in which we use information to change our practice, not only our clinical practice, but also our management practice.
We found that our length of stay for our pacemaker admissions here was far longer than in other areas, and we thought we were doing things pretty well. And then when we delved down to see why this was occurring, we found out that our surgeons didn't have access to lists to implement the pacemakers. And so by putting the right people in the room from the chief executive down, we were able to increase our access to theatre time, and of course our length of stay for pacemakers has now gone down. But importantly, actually what that also did was engaged our cardiologists and cardiothoracic surgeons in the process of actually, when you look at this and look for the reasons why, this tool can actually allow you to change things for the better. We had to get a real culture of a non-punitive approach to this, and so one of the most important things in implementing this system was actually to establish that this culture was about understanding the data and what it was telling us.
Rather than administrators and others going and saying, you know, why are you doing this, clinicians can compare their data and in a collaborative and supportive way say what are the changes that we need to make, if any.
So we built a strong governance framework that's really underpinned by good collaboration between our clinicians, managers and the executive. We've already seen it rolled out now to the rest of the New South Wales health system, which I think was a very good next step. It's taken the anecdotes out of what we're talking about on a day-to-day basis and look at the evidence on the screen in front of you with really good, timely information.
I think for a patient in tomorrow's health system, with systems like STARS in place, they're going to be assured that they're going to have the best quality of care and the best outcomes, and they're going to have the proof of that.